We are live.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining our call tonight. Team Fierce and Team Relentless. We wanted to talk to everyone about the opportunity that we were all provided with and how being a Beachbody coach can truly transform your life if you invest and really dive into the business and take the feedback and the trainings that are provided to you. My name is Melissa Gallinay, and we have two additional speakers on the call tonight. One of my peers, Robin, and my personally coach, Mindy Horde. So first, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Beachbody, and it came about in 1998, and it started with P90X. I'm sure a lot of you saw the infomercial from Tony Horton. Since 1998, the business has really developed. There's so many different programs that you can join, but for most people who dive into the business, they quickly realize that it's more than just a workout at-home fitness. It's a community where we as coaches are able to help people, inspire people, and really lead the way and help in the trend of obesity. There's products that like Shakeology and at-home programs that will really just, if you join us, you'll see that it'll take your life to a different level. I started following my coach, Mindy, it's been about a year and a half ago. I was in a place where I really needed a change, and I kept seeing Fit Asian Mom pop up, and so I started to follow her, and I was seeing that the things that she were posting were real-life people. It was impacting my life on a daily basis. It wasn't like another company where people were asking me to join, and it wasn't any sort of investment that was impacting my life. The things that she had posted, I could really relate to. And so in February of this year, I made the commitment to jump on board after failing at Insanity twice. I had quit, and Mindy never quit on me, so I knew that what she was telling me was true. She wasn't just trying to sell me a program. And over the course of the past 7 months, well, more than 7 months, her and I have built a really strong relationship, and she's welcomed me into her team Relentless, where I've really been able to make new friends. I have the opportunity to go to Las Vegas to the summit and with a lot of the top coaches and the CEO and learn more about
Oh no, she froze. Are you there? Are you there, Melissa?
Can you see me and hear me, Mindy?
Yeah. Is that Robin talking? I don't know what happened.
That's me. It looks like we lost Melissa.
I mean, Crap. Maybe she'll come on in a second. Okay, sorry everybody if you are.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This happens, everybody. Okay, I'm here. I'm just gonna pick up where Melissa left off. Sorry, this crazy thing happened. Obviously, an internet problem. Wanted to. Is your internet off? Okay. I hope everybody can hear me. Sorry for this, everybody. But essentially, hold on. She just says something. She's having a hard time getting on. I hope you can hear me. But essentially, oh, I'm like, sorry. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on. I don't know what happened. Well, so she's trying to get back on. She just texted me. I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us. Either way, Melissa was. I can kind of finish where she left off. She, followed me. We built a great relationship, even though we had never met. She was having a hard time just really getting going with Insanity. Insanity is. Oh, there she is. Are you back on? Yeah.
Back on.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I don't know where I froze at.
How you went to, we met at Vegas. Sorry.
So I had the opportunity to travel with one of my coaches, who I personally sponsored to Las Vegas. We drove 14 hours, and that was really an eye-opening opportunity. I had already seen on Facebook and Instagram, and really just through getting to know my team, what Beachbody was all about, but being there was just a real surreal experience. Everyone is in it for the same goals. This is a business that you can make money, but it's more than just that. It's really about transforming people's lives. And I'm not sure if I already said this and you guys heard, but I don't know where my life would be today without this opportunity. I can see that my life every day is improved. When I open Facebook in the morning and I log on and I check in with my team, my news feed is filled with positivity and celebrations and people encouraging each other. There's not people who are talking about how much their life sucks and how they wish they could change, because we're reaching out to those people and we're helping them change their lives. If Mindy had given up on me a year and a half ago when I quit Insanity twice, then I wouldn't have joined Beachbody, but I know what type of company this is, and I understand and I support the integrity, and I just couldn't imagine my life, and I want everyone to feel that opportunity. There's amazing trainings that we get. That's the great thing, is we're not in this alone. If we ever need help, we reach out, and somebody's there to have our back, whether they know us, whether they're in the same state as us. We've expanded and are going international. Every few months they're developing different products. So this is really, for me, this is an extended family. My kids know about Beachbody. They know on Thursdays we're looking for, it's going to be celebration. They ask who we're going to be celebrating. I could go on forever, but I have these two ladies on here who I'd like to have them share why they are Beachbody coaches and how this experience has impacted their life. So, Robin?
Hi, everybody. I'm Robin Peacock. I actually grew up with Mindy. I don't live in Texas, where I'm in Utah. I'm 2 states away from her. But we got reconnected on Facebook just through mutual friends. And it was about 2 years ago when she was first starting Beachbody stuff, and I was interested, but I emotionally was not ready. I wasn't there yet. I'd always been like a thin, naturally thin person all my life, and in 2009, I had my first pregnancy. I gained a lot of weight from that, and then I lost the pregnancy at 6 months. So that put me right into a huge depression, and I have been struggling out of that ever since. It wasn't until this year when I started seeing more of Mindy's posts about like PIO coming up and thinking like, oh, that sounds like something I could actually do, because I just felt like I physically couldn't do any of the other things, that I decided I would give it a try. And I am so glad that I did, because this has been the most life-changing thing I have ever done. I started out by I ordered my challenge pack. I got my Shakeology. I was drinking it every day. Started my workouts in Mindy's challenge group. And part of my accountability was taking my picture after my workout and posting it every single day with a little check next to the workout. I did it. And before I knew it, people just started asking me, like, what are you doing? You're so, like, you're glowing now. You're positive. You're happy. We see you being, like, excited about things. And I hadn't been that way for a long time. And, in fact, earlier in this year, I was having, like, such major anxiety. I was having, like, panic attacks all the time. It was unbelievable. I can't believe the person that I used to be just a few months ago, because I started this in June of this year. So I don't know a lot about the business part yet, but I am just getting started, and I know that this is a huge opportunity for me. I can't believe the changes that have happened in my life every single day. I am happy every single day because I am helping other people. And that just fell into my lap on accident. And just because I took a chance on myself, and Mindy believed in me and said that I could do this. And so, yeah, here I am. I'm on this call with you guys. And what I found is being a cheerleader for somebody else has made me be a cheerleader for myself. It has made me realize I have goals. I never thought about goals before in my life. My mom passed away in 1998, September 11th, 1998, 16 years ago today. And I never, as an adult, I was 18, I never as an adult have really thought past, like, what's going to happen next month, next year. I never made goals. And now my goals are huge. I want to be the next, I got to get Ruby, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm going to be at Summit next year so I can see all my coaches on my team because I'm so far away from everybody. But I am so excited to be a part of this group because it is the most encouraging and supportive group of people you will ever meet in your life. And then on top of that, you get to become the healthiest, happiest person you could possibly be. I am so much stronger, healthier in the last 2 months than I have ever been in my life. And I have Beachbody to thank for that. And all I can see is a huge, bright future. And I hope that you, or if you're listening to this, that you can reach out to us and trust us and let us, like, give you the tools to do that too, because it's an amazing experience. All of my relationships have become so much better in my life. My husband and I are working out together now, which I never thought I would do with him. And, like, it's amazing that we're, like, high-fiving all the way through our Focus T25 workout every day and, like, encouraging each other. And now we're dreaming big about what we can do in our lives. And that is just, like, the best feeling. So I don't have a lot to say about the business part that I'm still learning, but I do know that I can feel the momentum going forward, and I know that this has been probably the best decision I could ever make. And I'm so grateful that Mindy, like, kept her eye on me and gave me a chance again after the 2 years of me saying, no, I don't want to do it. So here I am. Thank you so much. And let me give it over to Mindy.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I could go on and on and on, and everybody knows I love to talk, and I love to talk about Beachbody. So I'll try to keep it brief. I'll just give you a few little snippets about me and about some of the coaches I want to highlight, so that anybody who is watching this now or watching this later can really see and apply it into their life. A little bit about me. I was the girl that was skinny fat, ate pounds of bacon at a time, fried chicken, ice cream, Denny's, fast food, lots and lots of beer. Still like beer. Haven't given that up. But, you know, I was the child that was never loved, never received unconditional love. I was adopted by people with OCD, and I'm pretty sure they were bipolar, and was, you know, physically abused, mentally, emotionally abused, and throughout my childhood, sexually abused. And it basically led to, you know, really bad path that I came on, and it was, you know, very self-destructive. I had drug problems. I've done every drug in the book. I have, you know, had drinking problems, addictions. The biggest problem was addictions to really bad relationships with, you know, friendships and, you know, men. I have 3 kids by 3 different fathers. I left home at 15, graduated early to work, and then, you know, never went to college. And it just really had the odds stacked against me, and I really had that, you know, for me victim mentality. I've suffered from ADD, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts my whole entire life. So really, you look at it, that person that I was and the life that I had created for myself and the childhood I had really didn't have a lot of, odds stacked in my favor towards a better life. Beachbody came into my life. My son was a little over a year old, about 15 months old. My husband and I we love each other, but we were both just really broken people with really pretty crappy childhood parts. And we're best friends. That's what has clung us together, and we love each other. But we were just at different parts in our life, and we were not working together, and we just let life get to us. And I suffered from. I mean, I had such high blood pressure. I had broken out in this rash from head to toe. It plagued me for 3 months. It actually left scars on my body that finally, now that I'm talking about it, I just realized, I don't know when they went away, but I had them for months, and I couldn't breathe. I was taking Xanax and drinking 12 to 18 beers, depending on the day of the week. And I was just in a really bad place, and Beachbody just fell in my lap. I mean, we talked about Behind It before. I've seen it on Facebook, but I ran across my coach who lives in Miami, same as Melissa and I, just strangers, and it was the same thing when I did with Melissa and Robin. She basically believed in me, and it was so convincing that she believed in me that I really couldn't argue anymore. I did not believe in myself, but she believed in me. So I took a chance on her, a complete stranger, and based on her belief in me. It just sounds so crazy, but it impacted my life and changed it immensely, where I love myself now, not in a conceited, egotistical way, but value myself, where I don't put up with bad relationships. I don't let one bad thing that happened in my day just totally derail me. I see value in other people, and if you're watching this live or if you watch this later on, I can tell you that I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in yourself, even if you've never spoken, even if I know nothing about how your day-to-day life is, even if I know nothing about how your childhood was or what your mental state is, I believe in you because I know anybody and everybody can do this, and all they need is just one person to believe in them, and they just need to believe in that person. You don't even have to believe in yourself. You just have to believe in that one person who takes a chance on you, and you have to go all in. Because it will transform your life. I, after 21 months, have been able to walk away from a 10-year career in the insurance industry. The only thing that I was really good at, because I was the third generation to work in the insurance industry out of my family, and I was scared. I was scared shitless. It was September 6th of 2013 that I turned in my 8-week resignation after lots of prodding from my people on my team, my coach, my husband, my best friends. But I made that leap, and I did it, and it was scary. To give up about $3,000 a month from what came in from that job, and the safety net of just, you always knew it was, you just played it safe, you just knew what it was, and I gave that up, and I was scared. I was afraid that I didn't want to backpedal. I didn't want to fail my family. I didn't want to be able to not provide for them. But this is not all about money. But I was able to, by March of this year, after leaving my job on November 1st of 2013, from January 1st to the end of March of 2014, I earned the same amount of income that I made annually in 2013 working my full-time job. And that's not really that big of a deal. But if you're one of those safety, security people, all about numbers, about providing security for your family financially, this is a big part that you can do that. And the fact is that I didn't have to worry about that burden financially. But the biggest part to me is I've been able to pick my children up from school every day, pick up some of my best friends' children whenever they have back to school, if they just want to come hang out with us. I'm able to drop my children off every morning and not be rushed. Be able to drop them off, and my 4-year-old started his pre-K class. They moved up at the beginning of the school year 3 weeks ago, and he was, very timid and very shy because it was some extra kids, different routine, a different teacher. He knew their face well. And instead of just dropping him off, leaving him crying and being irritated, not at him, but it was really at myself and the lifestyle I had, I was able to sit there with him and hold his hand for 10 minutes and let him slowly go on his own and not feel guilty. I've been able to go on a field trip with him, at the end of last year in May, that he mentions about 3 times a week telling me, remember that one time, Mom, you walked with me to my school, to the fire department? We were having dinner a couple weeks ago. It was just me and him. And because my best friend said that you're not on autopilot anymore, so you actually get to enjoy these things, and it's heartbreaking. A couple of coaches, my personal sport coaches and I drove to Dallas in August, and we were talking about this. And I mean, we were all bawling, and it still gets me really emotional. But I mean, when he brought this up again, and it just dawned on me because I was able to enjoy it, and I said, did you like when I went? And he said, yes, I loved it. I want you to go with me again. And he brought it up today, and I just realized that these are all the things that I missed with my daughters, who are one turned 15 and one will be 11 in November. I didn't get to enjoy those things, and I'm not going to beat myself up for that because that's part of how I've grown as a person. Is I'm not going to blame the victim. I'm not going to beat myself up for it because that is the time that's gone. But I missed all those things, and that are so monumental because I was trying to be that security and safety net for my children, and they don't remember. They had a roof over their head, they had food on the table, they had clothes on their back. We got to go on a few little short vacations. You go for a Saturday and come back Sunday. But they don't remember all that. They don't have these memories that my 4-year-old just talks about over and over and over again. So these are the things that parents are missing every day of their life because they think that this is what they should be doing. And I mean, if you are a working mother or father, that is great. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to continue doing, that is fine too. But the fact is, you're missing out on these moments that are so precious, and you don't even get to realize how precious they are. You don't get to slow down, because I remember running in the door and screaming at my kids, like, do this, do that, do that. And, they stopped greeting me at the door, telling me how their day was, because I just kept sending them away or giving them most of things to do. And I look back now, and I'm like, it dawned on me when you're on the ride to Dallas, I was like, they stopped greeting me at the door. I was so busy that I didn't even realize they stopped greeting me at the door. And these are the things that I see other parents are struggling with, and yell at their kids. And one mom said today, I yell at my kids about this stuff because I'm not even mad at them. I'm mad at myself. I'm so rushed, and this is what I want to share with everybody. This is what you get to enjoy as a coach, if that's your goal, or you just, if anything, if you continue working full time and do coaching on the side, to be able to afford vacations, to not be stressed about how you're going to pay for school supplies or school clothes, or how you're going to pay for this or that, which does affect your relationship with your spouse and with your children and stuff. And even people who don't have children or single people, there's so much stress about finances and how they're going to do this and that, and then their mental state is just not at the point where they can manage these things. And, like Melissa said, I want to highlight how she said she wakes up every morning and her newsfeed is just inundated with, like, so-and-so lost this much weight, or so-and-so got off of blood pressure, or insulin, or, different medications, or, it's Robin, who's I've seen her flourish, and every day I wake up and she's got, she's an hour ahead of me, and she has, or behind me, but I mean, I don't know, it doesn't even make sense. Never mind. But, she has positive things, and, all these different things, and, I wake up in the morning, I hear my phone buzzing at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning from all my coaches, or family in Miami. My coach is there, and you just wake up, and there's those people that are negative, but overall, when you become a coach, you're just surrounded with positivity, and it's just amazing, and it's uplifting, because you go into work and you deal with heavy downers, and then you go home after all day long dealing with these people, and there's no positive light on you, and you come home and you unload on your family, then you feel guilty. It's just this ball of this cycle of just icky negativity. So this is what this is all about, and just being able to not be on autopilot, being able to spend time with your family, being able to connect with these people. Robin, like, I'm going to encapsulate on her story. She was one of my first customers, and I didn't realize what she was going through. I knew she lost her son. I was so caught up in my life. I remember having conversations with her. I was sad for her, but my life went on. We didn't have that deep relationship. She was just somebody on my friends list at that point. And she stopped talking to me. I didn't take it personally. I mean, I was busy, doing my thing. But, she later came back in, and she watched me silently, with Pio, never said a word, never liked it, never asked any questions. Whereas Melissa, me and her engaged in this, very deep relationship. But then Robin just surprised me and said, I'm going to be a coach. And then we came to Austin, and me and my husband drove and went to spend time with her and her husband. It allowed me to see my husband, who is the most amazing, perfect fit for her. And I mean, I just watched her when she was sad at lunch. He reached over and he rubbed her arm, and he was just just believes in her so much, and he always believed in her. And as bad as that sounds, sometimes it really sucks when your best friend or your family member or your spouse who cares about you, because you tell yourself that this is the person who's supposed to do, and they're just saying it. So for me and him, I feel that we work together, and I, basically boosted what he's known all along, and we helped her heal. And I watched most of her become very raw and very transparent and very open about their struggles and their past, and they've gained therapy through this. And like she said, it being a cheerleader for somebody else helps her become a cheerleader for herself, and that helps her heal. And I know that other people are watching her silently, like they were watching me, and they just see this incredible strong person that she didn't see herself, and this is what's amazing to me. So anyways, before we all get all emotional, this is something that I want to talk about, but emotional and mental. One thing I told Melissa I would talk about this call is that if you're watching this, or if you watch this the other day, I want you to understand that coaching doesn't mean that you get these myths, and there was one excuse I gave my coach when she, invited me to be a coach, is I want to tell you a few things. Number one, you don't have to have a set of abs. You don't have to have reached your goal weight. You do not have to be a fitness or nutrition, novice or pro. You don't have to know anything about that. You don't have to be a trainer. We're not a trainer. We're not a dietitian. We're not a nutritionist. We are not an expert. We are just somebody who is showing what they're doing. Like Robin said, she's just posting every day her pictures for accountability. Melissa has been sharing her story of how she was a working mother, and then she decided to jump into Beachbody. She shared her relationship with me, and this has, in turn, created a huge following for both of them. Melissa hit diamond in 3.5 months, like I did. Robin hit emerald in like 3 weeks. They hit these huge benchmarks as coaches that so many coaches out there think, oh, I'll never be able to do it. But I want to tell you again, there are different types of coaches. You can be a coach just for a discount, because Melissa said, I want to do what you do. I want to be home with my boys. I don't want to drop them off sick and go them up on ibuprofen like I did as a mom, and lots of moms do out there, because we have to work. We're trying to keep our secure job. But Robin signed up just for the discount. She said, just for the discount. She said, we'll see what this is. And I kind of think she never said it. I'm almost pretty sure that she said, I think I can do Kyle, but there's a good chance that I won't. I'll return it after 30 days, get my money back. I'm just throwing it out there because I know I did with P98. And then lo and behold, she got engaged to my challenge group. She started talking to other people. She started posting in there. She didn't post publicly, and then she got this, confidence. She started posting publicly, and then I kept telling her, you can do this. And Jason tells her every day that she can do this. Just like Don tells Melissa how awesome she is, and he supports her. I'm pretty sure he's feeding the kids right now. And by the way, if you're not watching, you didn't know this already. Melissa is 20 weeks pregnant. 20 weeks pregnant, just amazing. They're just killing it, and I knew they could, and they did it. And and then here Robin is. She's at Success Club, 2 months. For me and Coach, and Melissa hit Success Club too, right off the bat. And they've done all these things, but you don't have to do that. If you want to do it just for the discount, you can. It saves you $15 a month off of your Shakeology. So if you are a Shakeology lover, you've been drinking it for more than a month, you need to become a coach, and you need to engage in groups. If you don't ever want to do what we do, if you don't ever want to post a picture of your before and after, you don't have to. If you don't want to post a picture in a bathing suit or have your gas hanging out or a sports car, you don't have to. If you don't ever want to tell anybody you're a coach, you don't have to. But I do encourage you to sign up for the discount, just because why the heck would anybody pay full price? You can go to eBay, Amazon, make coupons, they're going to Groupon, they're doing all this crap to save money, but they refuse to have the title as a coach because there's so much pressure, even though you're doing the same thing you're probably doing already as a customer. So I urge you to become a coach, and then at least let us know what your goals are. If you don't want anybody to know your coach, if you don't ever want to post anything publicly, we are not going to make you. It's not an obligation. You don't have to have any outside sales. You don't have to meet any quota. You can do it just for yourself, and it saves you $15 a month. But, however, ... if you do have 3 customers on Shakeology, it will pay for your own product. That's just ridiculous. We all know somebody. Robin and I went to school together. Posted down me randomly on Facebook. You all have friends, coworkers, family members, spouses who want Shakeology. Why not have 3 customers and get yourself paid for it? That's just my, little bit. There's another thing out there is that if you're an Emerald coach, which both of them are Emerald rank or above, you get customer leads. So if you were to sponsor 2 coaches, if you did want to have the business, engage in the business part and build a business like Melissa is, and now that Robin finally sees it, this big picture and now setting these huge goals, and she's going to do everything that I've done and Melissa's done, I know it. Then You basically get customer leads. You can order off of infomercials or off the website. You can get these leads off of that, and that helps you build your business. Because that's my next thing. How people say, I don't know anybody. I don't have any friends. Yeah, that was easy. I go to work or drop my kids off, go to work, pick up Rebel. I go to go rode home to an empty house on the bus, and I came home. My husband worked out of house 7 days at a time. So I didn't have any friends. All my friends ditched me because I had a baby, and they all wanted to party, and about 80% of them, no, probably 95% of them ditched me because I pretty much only were there for the good times. So I built this business, and I have a huge following, 20,000 people who follow me between the personal page and my coach page, and I've done that just by being me and sharing. And they're doing the same thing, and they're gathering this huge following. So you can do it. Um, so social media does help you build business, but also got like a lead, I think 2 or 3 days after she became Emerald, and it's just amazing how fast it happens. A few things I want to say, a couple coaches, and I'll wrap it up because I know it's late for a lot of people, is that I have a coach, Jamie, who just signed up, and he's loving it. I think they signed up with one signed up on June 19th and one on June 20th. Both of them hit Success Club the last 3 months. They both were gunning for the free ticket to Summit because they want to meet everybody. They see the benefit of it. And, Jamie has, I think added like 5 coaches already. She's got a husband on board. She makes my heart happy. Then I have one of my best friends, Jen. She's been my biggest cheerleader. She's been on Shakeology forever, but I don't hassle my best friends. But she decided, after watching and listening to me after having a really rough year, just having a baby, she asked me one day in her kitchen all these questions about, real technical stuff, and I was like, hey, you want to be a coach? And she was like, well, I'm thinking about it. And she signed up as a coach. She hit Success Club in her first month, became Emerald today, at the same day as one of my other best friends, Joanne, who's one of my first coaches. She is doing Shakeology. She is my #1 fan and one of my best buds. But he wasn't really ready to work out either. He just started plyo with me recently and loves it. And it was something like Robin said, she knew that she could do this. This is something she could do. Well, once she made her mind up and decided she was going to do this, there was no stopping her. And in 4 hours, she signed the first 2 coaches and went Emerald on the same day as our mutual best friend, Jenny. And so this is what I'm telling you, is if you want to be just a discount coach and you want to go at your own pace, you can. There is nothing, you can be like somebody like Jamie and Robin who hit the ground running, or you can be somebody who's, just a discount coach. There is no requirements. There is no, you have to be this active. This is your own business, and you can go at your own pace. So I wanted to share that with you. I've had a coach that is signed up with PIO, and she made $1,500 in less than 3 months. So if you are money-oriented, or if you do have goals to pay off debt, or take your family on vacations, or build a swimming pool, or have money in savings, whatever it is, I'm telling you, if you work your ass off, if you're dedicated to your goals, if you share it with people, you don't have to be a salesman. If you just share it with people, you can make $1,500 in 3 months. What would you do with an extra $500 each month? So I leave you with that. More than anything, I do want to just say how proud I am of everybody on my team, and these 2 ladies that Melissa has taken the initiative business-wise. She's dedicates her time to research and to follow other coaches and to really do all the 3 vital behaviors that coaches should do: being product of the product, personal development, and sharing her story and inviting other people. And I've watched these 2 grow mentally, emotionally, as well as physically, and I couldn't be happier. My heart is just absolutely happy, and I'm proud of Melissa for taking the initiative to, start this call tonight, get other people on the call, and I'm glad that they believe in me just as I believe in them. And I'm proud of Robin. She was very nervous about being on the call tonight, not put her in this spot, but she rocked it, and she put her fear aside to get on this call because she was nervous as hell. And she did a great job. And and that was the thing, is like, she was nervous, and Melissa and I were just pumping her up, and we believe in her. We're not lying to her. We believe in her, and she did a great job. And if you didn't hear her call, today is the anniversary of her mother's death, and one thing I asked her how she was doing, because no doubt this never gets easier. My husband's father, passed away a decade ago, and I know that it never gets easier. So I asked her how she was doing, and I overly off of what she said is that the mental state and emotional state now is at the point where she could be able to talk about it and not, just let the whole day get away from her out of grief, even though she Mrs. Mom just did the same. But, like she said, this is something positive for her to take her mind off of it. So, sometimes if you're struggling with something and you're hurting and you have things that bother you, sometimes this is a distraction. Sometimes it's a good distraction. It's positive, and you can just see the overall picture. So I just want to applaud her for that, and thank you for casting your fear aside to help other people. It's encouraging. I've seen her throw her fear out at the window when she took her first before picture. She did tell me, I am not going to post this. I was like, okay, you don't have to. It's like I told you previously, you don't have to. And then she didn't even think about it. She just posted it after she finished it. And then it was like, I think, that's gone a couple hours later. And she's like, holy crap, I posted it. So there's things that, you think you can't do something right now, but you might be surprised with the right amount of help and the right people in your life, what you can accomplish. So anyways, I'm going to turn it back to Melissa. Are you there, Melissa? Yeah. All right, Melissa, you want to finish it up?
Sorry, my lighting just went goodbye. Thank you guys for both sharing. Robin, you did amazing, and I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing a little bit of your story. And Mindy, as always, I enjoy listening to you. I know you're 2 hours ahead of California, so it's a little bit later there. So thank you for allowing your kids to go to bed and jumping on the call with us. As I was saying before, I can't say enough about the opportunity that Beachbody has given to me. I honestly wouldn't take the time out of my evening or ask anyone else to take the time to invest in listening to this call or watching this call or listening to a replay later if this wasn't something that I was passionate about. I have 2 kids at home, a husband, there's laundry to be done, bills that need to be paid, lunches to be packed. I don't have time to waste anyone's time. So if you're thinking about this opportunity and you have additional questions, I urge to embrace the 30-day opportunity. If it's not for you after, and you're not going to do your program, you're not going to drink your Shakeology, you don't believe in what we're talking about, cancel it, but don't miss out on this opportunity because it's one that will really change your life. Like Mindy said, I'm 20 weeks pregnant, and sometimes I freak out about the future. And I did miss all of my kids growing up. Well, they're not grown up, they're 7 and 5, but I don't have memories of them when they were doing all of their first because they were in daycare, because I was working for corporate and I was traveling a lot. I don't want to have to miss out on that. And although I have a job now that isn't demanding the way my job was before, I want to have more time with my family. I want to, as my daughter grows, I want to be able to share those first. I want to be able to go on field trips. I want to go volunteer in classes. I want to be able to take vacations without having to stress about it. And I know that with Beachbody, I'm going to be able to do that. I don't know of any other company that has such a low startup cost that doesn't make you purchase all this inventory to get started than Beachbody. I don't know of another company that invests in their people the way that Beachbody does. So really embrace this opportunity. It may not be today. It may not be next month. It may not be next year. But I promise you, your business will grow. Your lives will change, and you will touch people's lives. So thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to end this call this evening and just thank everyone for their time. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Mindy. And have a great evening.
See y'all.